Hello guys, in this video we'll continue explaining the Insert tab in Microsoft Word. I will explain the header and footer and we will see how to insert headers and footers inside the document, how to insert page numbers, how to insert date and time, and so on. So, a header is a text that is placed at the top of a page, while a footer is placed at the bottom or foot of a page. And the header and the footer both will be repeated in each page in our document. So let's see first how to insert a header inside my document. So to insert a header in the header and footer area here, I click on header. I can choose a predefined template for my header. Let's say I want to select this template. Now the header section or the header area will be opened to edit my header. To exit the header section or the header area, I can click on close header and footer. Now if I want to edit my header area, I need to double click on this area here, and now we can change or edit the header inside my document. I can reselect another header template from this section here, for example, but in my case, I want to select this template to edit. Now we can add any text we want that will be placed at the top of a page and will be repeated on all the pages inside the document. So for example, if I write here SCI 200, I will exit the header section. I move to the second page. As we see here, the header is repeated in all pages with the same text content inside my document. Now, if I double click again on the header, let's see how to insert date and time inside my document. So let's insert here a date and time. To insert a date and time in this version of Microsoft Word 2016, in the header and footer tab, I simply click on date and time and I can choose any available format or date format to be present inside my header. So for example, I choose this format. Then if I click OK, now the date and time is inserted inside my header section. We can also add a page number inside the header or the footer, we will see later. So to insert a page number, I simply click on page number. I don't want my, you can position your page number to the top of the page or to the bottom of the page, to the page margins as we see here, or I can insert the page number to the current position of the cursor. So in my case, I need to insert a page number here. I need to select a page number to the current position with the plain number. Or I can select any other page number style. So that's how we can insert a page number. Now, in the Insert tab, if I want to insert a page number to the, let's say, the margin of the page, so I click Page Margins to the left, for example here, and now the page number was inserted to the margin of the page in the header section. We can insert a page number to the bottom of the page, or we can insert a page number to the footer section. And let's see how to insert first a footer. Now, to insert a footer inside my document, I can click on footer and choose any available footer template. I have here a template which contain the page number. So for example, if I select this one and click on close header and footer, now if I move to the second page, as we see here, this is the page number 2. Also, I've inserted a page number to the margin, page 2, and to the footer also will be page 2. So now if I want to edit the footer section, I double click on the footer. Here I can insert page and number, I can insert date and time, or I can change my footer section template. For example, if I want to select this template, now here how we can change the template of a footer. We can also change the size or the space of a footer or header. If I double click on the header, I can add a space from the header top, which means from the top of the page to the header text. If I increase the space, as we see now, we can increase or decrease the size of the header. Also, in the footer section, we can increase or decrease the footer size from the option footer from button. We can manipulate the size of the header and footer. Now my header and footer are displayed on all my pages inside my document. I can customize the header of the first page to be different of the headers of all other pages inside my document. So if I click on the first header inside my first page, I can click on the option here, different first page, and I can define a new header to my document that will be shown only on the first page. So if I click on different first page header, that means that the header of the first page will be different to the other headers inside my document. So here I can write, for example, CSCI 200. I close my header and section area, header and footer section. Now, if I move to the second page, as we see here, the header in the first page is different to the header on the other pages. Also, the footer in the first page will be different from the footer of the other pages. So I need to specify here a footer. For example, this one, this footer, SCI 200 and my name. Now I close the footer section and move to the second page. As we see here, the header and the footers of the first page are different from the other pages, from page 3 or page 4, 5, and 6, so on. Now I can make the headers in the odd page different on the headers of even pages. So for example here in the second page, this is an even page because it's numbered 2. So if I select or edit the header and click on different odd and even, now in the even pages I can customize a specific header only to the even pages, to be different with the old pages. So the page number 2, it's an even page. I customized a custom header to the even pages. Now the old pages, for example here, the page number 3, it's in an odd number. The header is different from the even page. Now in page number 4, it's an even page, so it's similar to the page number 2, and in page number 5, it's an odd page, so it's similar to the page number 3. And that's how we can customize headers and footers inside your document. You can have header and footer, the same header and footer on all your pages. You can have header on the first page different from other pages, and also you can you can customize headers to the odd pages and another headers to the even pages. Now to close the header and footer section or area, you click on close or double click outside the header section, and the header section will be closed now. Now let's see how to insert a drop cap inside your page. A drop cap, it will create a large capital letter at the beginning of a paragraph. So if I want to add a capital letter only to the first letter inside this paragraph, I can click here on dropped option. I have two options. I have the dropped options and the margin. Here in the dropped options, the letter will drop the lines, but the options in margin, the letter will be put it on the margin of the paragraph. So if I select dropped, I can specify how many lines we want to drop. Here by default. The letter is dropped 3 lines. We can customize the dropped lines, the number of lines to drop. So if we click on drop cap options, I can select the number of lines to drop. Let's say, for example, 4 lines. Now 4 lines are dropped, and the first letter inside this paragraph is capitalized. We can also select the margin drop cap. Also, in the drop cap option, I can specify the number of lines to drop. For example, 5 lines, and the letter is dropped on 5 lines of the first paragraph. Also here I can add drop cap. Dropped by default, it's 3 lines. Now let's see how to insert a normal text box inside your document. So to insert a text box, you simply click on the text box area, section or button, text box button. You can add a simple text box in Austin code, which means you can select a template to your text box. In my case, I want to select a normal text box. Here in your text box, you can write any text you want. And as we see before with the pictures and with the shapes, you can position your text box inside your document. For example, to the top left, to the top center, top right, to the middle center, to the bottom center. Let me position my text box to the middle center. I can increase or decrease the size of my text box, the height and the width. I can add a fill color. I can add a shape outline, which means a border to my text box. I can increase the weight of the border. I can change the style of the border. Also here I can change the color of the text, the outline. I can add a text effect. I can change the text direction. Also here we can wrap text as we see before with the shape and the picture. So if I want to move this text box to the previous page, I can wrap my text box, let's say behind the text, in front of the text, top and bottom, which means the all text will be positioned above and below this text box. I can put my text box through the text or tight or square. Now, if we want to insert a word art, we simply click on Insert Word Art button here, so I can insert a word art. I can position my word art. I can change the wrap text. I can change the shape fill, the shape outline, the outline weight, also the outline style. I can add shape effect, shadow or reflection or glow, and can change the text color, the outline and the style of the art, the text effect. I can change the text direction function, and that's how we insert a word art. So I need to click on insert word art and choose any effect or style of the art. I can rotate my word art as we can rotate the shapes or the images. So to rotate the word art, we click or we hold on this button here, this rotated arrow, and I can move my mouse to rotate my word art. Here you can write anything you want.